Welcome to class students. In this class we are going to discuss complex programmable logic device. This is also known as CPLD. In previous class we have seen PLA programmable logic array, PAL programmable array logic, which can implement some basic combinational or sequential circuits. Now here we can see complex programmable logic device as a collection of PLAs or PALs. That too in particular PLA programmable logic array where and OR array both are programmable. It involves many PLAs in one chip, and it can be programmed through sophisticated CAD tools which can program this AND array, OR array and connection with IO pins also. We see further in detail. A complex programmable logic devices, as integrated circuit technology continues to improve, more and more gates can be placed on a single chip. This has allowed the development of complex programmable logic devices. Instead of single PAL or PLA on a chip, many PALs or PLAs can be placed on a single CPLD chip and interconnected. When storage elements such as flip-flops are also included on the same IC, a small digital system can be implemented with a single CPLD. We'll see architecture of a Xilinx XCR3064 XL CPLD. Architecture of Xilinx XCR3064 XL CPLD. You can observe here. There will be an interconnect array which we are referring it as IA, function blocks, macro cells MC1, MC2, MC16. Each function block has got 16 macro cells with respect to Xilinx XCR3064 XL CPLD. From device to device, internal architecture may vary in terms of number of function blocks, number of macro cells and number of IO ports or IO blocks. These are known as IO blocks, and which are connected to IO pins externally available for programming. You can also observe that function block has got 16 macro cells, and these macro cells are they are connected to IO blocks, and in turn IO blocks are connected to IO ports or IO pins. This is how an arrangement will be. This CPLD has 4 functional blocks. Each block has 16 associated macro cells. Each function block is a programmable AND OR array that is configured as PLA. Each function block is nothing but one PLA where and OR array can be programmed. Each macro cell contains a flip-flop and a multiplexers that route signals from the function block to the IO block, input-output block, which we call it as IO block, or to the interconnect array. You can see here signal is coming from function block to interconnect array, that is from PLA to interconnect array, or signal is going from function block to through macro cell to IO block and then to IO pin. So you can observe from macro cell data is coming to interconnect array, from macro cell data is going to IO block also, from IO block also data is coming to interconnect array, and then it can be connected to external world through IO pins also. IO means all the pins can act as either input or output. So based on while programming, we select pins whether they are input to the design or output to the design, or input output both bidirectional. We select before we program the device. Once you write your Verilog code, next step is a gate level network, and then if you are using target device XCR3064XL CPLD, then convert that gate level network to fit into this particular CPLD, where the design is divided into sum of products expression, and each PLA can implement a sum of product terms with the help of AND array and OR array. With the help of AND array, it can implement sum of product terms, and then with OR array it can implement the functions, and that output can be passed through macro cell through IO block to IO pin external world, and data can be received from external world through IO pin IO block, and then it can be connected to interconnect array. From interconnect array it will go to a function block, like that. Thus, a signal generated in one function block can be used as an input to the other function block when more complex functions we are implementing. For example, if you want to XOR A XOR B, how many product terms are involved? If I expand, it will be A bar B or A B bar. So two product terms. To compute two product terms, two AND gates are required, NOT gate to complement or negation. For that we need a NOT gate also, A bar AND. So that we have seen IO pin direct and complement signal is also coming through that bubble indicated in previous classes as part of PLA. Then the AND array is used to compute the sum of product terms. The OR array is programmed to collect these product terms to form the final function, Boolean expression, which will be your output. The IO blocks provide an interface between bidirectional IO pins on the IC and the interior of the CPLD. Now we'll see we'll see a CPLD function block and macro cell. So function block and macro cell by taking a simplified version of XCR3064XL. So 36 inputs from interconnect array. IA means interconnect array. So you have seen in previous diagram, these 36 inputs are coming to interconnect array. Okay, now we are analyzing this function block and macro cell. So 36 inputs from interconnect array. Each input there will be direct and the complemented version. So you can observe, and these are part of AND array. Such 48 AND gates are part of one function block. In one function block there will be 48 AND gates. Means what? Up to 48 sum of product terms can be implemented here. And how many gates are there? 16 OR gates. 16 OR gates. Such 16 OR gates. And if you, this is part of PLA where AND array and OR array is shown. Then this is part of, we can say, function block. There will be 36 inputs coming from interconnect array which contains 48 AND gates. So 48 product terms can be formed, sum of product terms, and there will be 16 gates. So for each gate there will be AND gate connections. So these AND gates connected to OR gate will form a final function F, The simplified macro cell part will contain two multiplexers, 1 and 2 multiplexer, mux 1 and mux 2, and there will be a flip-flop. The output, through programmable select, you are taking function f or complemented version of output. There is an option. In some cases we need complemented version, some cases we need direct output. So it depends on programmable select. All this programming of mux is done with CAD tools when you want to download your design onto the chip. Sophisticated CAD tools will do the job for us. Then the output for G of mux 1, either it is connected directly, you are giving it to interconnect array or IO pin, or through delay flip-flop. There will be a clock here, this clock. Through clock, we can through this delay flip-flop, the output can be taken. So these programmable selects will decide whether to take output directly and then connect it to interconnect array or IO pin. One more possibility is take complemented version of output and connect it to interconnect array. Then you can observe direct output through the flip-flop, you can connect it to interconnect array if delay is required. If complemented output through delay flip-flop, we can connect it to interconnect array, or we can pass this through this buffer, output buffer, to IO pin. So this IO cell we have seen, simplified macro cell we have seen, then a function block which is part of PLA. Figure shows how signal is generated in PLA and is routed to an IO pin through a macro cell. Any of 36 outputs from interconnect array or their complements can be connected to any inputs of the 48 AND gates. Each OR gate can accept up to 48 product term inputs from the AND array. Thus, first mux 1 can be programmed to select OR gate output or its complement. The mux 2 at the output of the macro cell can be programmed to select either the combination output G or the flip-flop output Q. Flip-flop output Q or combination output G. This output goes to the interconnect array and to the output cell. The output cell includes 3-state buffer. 3-state buffer means there will be programmable enable here. So when program enabled, then the data goes to IO pin. If it is not enabled, the data goes to interconnect array. The buffer enable input can be programmed from several sources. When the IO pin is used as an input, the buffer must be disabled. When you are using IO pin as an input, buffer must be disabled. Sophisticated CAD software is available for fitting logic circuits into a PLD, programmable logic device, and for programming the interconnections within the PLD. Programmable interconnections means we need to select select lines for muxes. Okay, that data we need to pass. The input to this software can be several forms, such as logic circuit diagram. A schematic entry is also possible with the sophisticated CAD tools, or set of logic equations, or code written in hardware description language. We have seen the entire semester writing Verilog code and simulating. There is one more possibility. You write the Verilog code and select the target device, CPLD or FPGA, and dump your design onto the programmable ICs. The CAD software processes the input, determines the logic equation to be implemented, fits this equation into the PLD, determines the required interconnections within the PLD, and generates a bit pattern for programming the PLD. Okay, thank you students. We'll continue in next class.